Hi everyone, this is Manish once again, and today I'm going to be talking about how a working professional can build their passive sources of income parallelly while they continue to do their job. And there is not just one or two, but then there are three different ways in which we can do this very easily, very effortlessly, and that is what we are going to talk about today. So without any further ado, let's quickly dive into the video. So the first one is building the passive sources of income through equity investing. Now, why I propagate equity investing is because the whole purpose of investment is to grow money over a period of time. And if you're not meaningfully allocating yourself into equity investing, then you're not growing your money. See, inflation rises by 5 to 7% every year. And if you're getting the same amount of returns in your fixed deposits or any other kind of debt-based instruments, then what is happening is that you may be having an illusion that your money is growing over a period of time, but actually it is not. It is not growing because the money kind of devalues to the same amount it is growing every year, and that will lead to no growth at all, right? So you should allocate meaningfully into equity as well. Now, when it comes to equity investing, you can do it two ways, right? You can either go for a long-term growth, or you can do something which keeps paying you recurring intervals of dividends as well, right? And you can do a mix of both as well. It totally depends on what kind of an investment horizon you're looking at, and what kind of a goals that you have. But I highly recommend that you start, if not already doing, investing into equity so that you can compound your money, in a more meaningful manner, in a more aggressive manner over a period of time. And the longer the time horizon, the better it is. So that's the first way. What's the second one? The second one is real estate investments. Now, you must be thinking that if I buy a house and if I'm living in that house, then that is an investment. And that is where most of the people get it totally wrong. The house that you're living into right now, or if you plan to buy one and want to live in that house, you should never consider that as an investment. Your second home onwards, or any other property that you buy, will be your first investment into real estate, not your primary residence where you plan to live. And why? Because even if this property appreciates in value, you will not sell it and then start living on the street, right? You'll need one house, a primary residence, for you to live into. So you never count your first house as your investment, right? Never ever do this. So what it means is that for you to actually take a real estate investment, you'll need to get into something which is your second or a third house, right? Unless you do this, you cannot consider yourself invested into real estate, right? And the second property could be a real estate, which is commercial, or it could be a piece of land. It could be anything, right? But it has to be. It could be a apartment as well, right? It could be a house as well, a 2 BHK or 3 BHK, but it has to be other than your primary residence where you are living right now. You may be thinking that since I've already bought a house, right, which is anyways a big ticket item, it will not be very feasible for me to get into another real estate, which is going to be another big ticket item, right? You only get to purchase a house at max once or maybe twice the whole lifetime. So how can I even take a real estate exposure in that case? So, well, in that case, what I would want you is to, study a little more about something called as REIT, Real Estate Investment Trusts. And what they do is that they're like a mutual fund for real estates, right? So what these trusts do is that they invest into commercial real estates, put them into rent. They also manage these properties for you, and what they give you back in return is the rental back paid back to you, right? Which is your dividend in form of rent. And this is, depending on what kind of REIT you choose, it could be quarterly, half yearly, yearly. But then the whole purpose of investing through REIT or a real estate investment trust is for you to, invest any amount of money, or be able to invest any amount of money, um, which is not actually buying the whole property, but then you are just, investing into units of that property, and think of that as exactly what a mutual fund does in the space of the equity. So when you buy a real estate is investment trust, or you invest into REIT, then what happens is that you get allocated units of the real estate in which you're investing into. You actually do not own that property, you own the units in that property. And that is how you can do your allocation into real estate other than your primary house where you are living. So that's number two. The number three is that if you're a working professional, right, then you definitely have a core skill, right? And that is something no one can take away from you. So let's say if you're a programmer, you may be a tester, you may be into DevOps, you may be, having a job of HR. It could be anything, right? But then you have a primary skill, which is making you employable in the industry right now. And there is no other way than teaching it to refine it over a period of time, right? So you can continue to teach these skills to people, and that is something using which you can even refine your skills, right? And the best way to do this is that you can start writing blogs, you can start writing articles, maybe post it on LinkedIn and see what kind of a traction you're getting. You can even record videos, right? And then post it on YouTube, and other social media, and see what kind of traction you get, right? And eventually, what you can do is that you can bundle these into, structured programs. Maybe put that onto Udemy, right? Or create a course out of it. You can create a structured course and then convert them into digital assets, and you can start monetizing them as well. And all of this is purely legal, right? Even if you're working, nobody would have a problem in you, teaching the skills, which is making you employable right now, right? And that's the easiest way to monetize your skills, apart from your primary job that you're doing right now, right? So these were the three ways in which you can quickly start building your passive sources of income, guys. And it will not even require you a lot of effort. These are going to be the most easy ones for you to implement, right? So just quickly summarizing, what were the three ways in which you can quickly build your passive sources of income? The first one is equity investing. Definitely do them. The second one is real estate investments, right? And if you are already logged into your primary house, if that is a big ticket purchase that you've already made, then look for REITs. Study a little more. I'll create another video to discuss this a little more so that you understand this concept. It is not very widely known. It is not very widely accepted concept, but then it is very safe, and it is actually one of the most lucrative ones as well. And the third one is, digitize and monetize your skills, right? And that is something that you should all do. So I hope you may have learned something new and would have benefited out of this. And that is it for today's video, guys. See you in the next one. And until we meet next, this is Manish signing off for now. Bye for now.